Welcome everybody to Math 2020, Mathematics for Elementary Teachers 2 or Geometry for Elementary Teachers. This is the video that will explain the syllabus to you. First of all, we have my name. My name is Dr. Sean Broderick, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I have had some of you before, and I'm excited to be your teacher again. My office is in Tracy Hall 381Q, but since we are working remotely and we can't really go into school, Weber State, I'm going to be working mostly from my home. The office phone number is given, but I will probably not ever be in my office. And so the best way to contact me is through email, seanbroderick@weber.edu. I'm going to hold office hours by appointment with Google Hangouts. So I'm always here for you guys to have questions. The catalog description. So this is we're going to look at geometry from the elementary school curriculum. Measurement is another big topic. They go hand in hand. You measure the sides of figures and stuff like that. The objectives, we're going to have activities. We're going to focus on concrete pictorial abstract. The approaches will be very similar to what you have done in 2015 and in 2010. So all of that math learning is very similar to what you're used to, so nothing real different there. The difference in this course is that this is a quantitative learning course, QL. So you will meet your QL requirement for the university after you're finished with this course. And so because of that, we have every QL course has 5 learning outcomes, and that's what's next in our syllabus. So we have to accomplish those, and the assignments and the tests are designed for you to do that. Okay, so we just go through all the assignments and tests, and you'll accomplish your QL. The 2020 outcomes itself are given here. There's 6 of them. And so going on to the next page here of the syllabus, we have some course coverage. And there's 26 topics that we're going to cover in this course. So those are given in order. So we have lots of things where we're doing basic geometry first. Then we'll go to some basic measurements. Then we're going to look at a section of shapes and angles. And we're going to do that through the eye of deductive thinking. Okay, so I'll get into that later. Then we're going to do regular kind of geometry type things where we find the area and find the perimeter, and then we'll do some more things with circles, and then we'll do some 3D geometry with volume and different shapes there. The materials needed for this course include these texts. The texts are mostly, the main important one is Elementary Geometry for Teachers. That's the main book by Parker and Baldridge. So it's the same company or same authors that we did in 2010. There's a couple books that you purchased in 2010, Primary Math 4A and 5A, so we'll do some from those. Then we're going to do 3B, 5B, and 6B, which are the second half of a year's curriculum for a Singapore math student, an elementary student. So the A books that we use mostly in 2010 are for the first half of the year. We're going to look at these B books for geometry because that's mostly what they do in the second half of the year. And the core standards are kind of modeled after this, and so you guys might have noticed that during this last half of the year, of the school year, many of the students were doing geometry. So the main thing to do is to get the Elementary Geometry for Teachers book. If you don't have the primary math books, then don't worry. Send me an email and I will talk with you about how to get those. You will also need construction tools. Okay, so page number 3 here. The construction tools can be purchased from anywhere, really. Just have a compass. It doesn't have to be a good quality helix. If you can't find one of those, just find one at like Walmart or something. Get a ruler and get a protractor. The diagrams in the handouts are kind of small, so you want to try and get a little protractor, but you can probably work it to have a regular bigger one, but see if you can find a small protractor. And then the set squares are just kind of like triangle shapes. Okay? And so those are they're helpful, and I'll show you what they are during the lesson, but see if you can find one, or if you can see what I'm doing from the lesson, you can probably get that. So understand what's going on. So you might not need the set squares. but I will show you each of those as we do the lessons. Homework. Okay, so as the format of this course is, I'm going to explain the handouts. So every class will have a handout, just a kind of a set of exercises to go through. They're like worksheets. I will explain each one of those on videos, and the videos I will submit to you through email using your Weber email. Okay, so you can download the videos from your email as I send them. You watch the video, and then you will do the homework. So the homeworks are also from the book, and I'll list all of those on the Canvas under the assignment section. But you do have to do homework to study these independently. The homework due dates are suggestions, and I'm not going to be particular about late work or anything, but you do have to complete all of the work for each test by the test day. So that's kind of like your due date. And there are 4 ways to submit the homework on Canvas, and that's where I'll do the grading. First, you can complete it on an iPad or similar tablet and submit electronically, because you can use it. There's some handouts that are just all given you as PDFs, and you can fill those out. Or you can do like your little notes app and fill out the homework that way and then submit it that way. You can complete the homework on separate pieces of paper, take pictures of them, and insert each picture into its Word document and then save that as a PDF. Okay? Or you can scan each notebook page into a PDF using a scanner, and then you could also use your phone to scan your pages and compile them into a PDF. I've got 2 links given here from the YouTube that show how to do this with an iPhone and then for Android phones. The subset of the problems will be graded, and if you score below 80% on the homework, you'll have a chance to redo them for half credit back. After the redo due dates are done, like before the tests, I will submit all of the homeworks for sample solutions for the homeworks for the sections that are going to be on the test, and you can use them to study for the test. Speaking of tests, there are going to be 3 for this class. The dates are on the Canvas course schedule. They will be open book, open note. I will email them to you, but don't use your neighbors. Okay, that's important. The big question in signature assignment go with the fact that this is a QL course. Every QL course or every general education course in Weber State has big questions in signature assignments. And so essentially this question is going to be, the question is in the assignment, and you will answer the question, and you're completing the assignment. The assignment essentially is designing a 1-hour lesson plan for an elementary classroom mathematics lesson. So there's a template that's going to be given to you. Just fill out the template with your own topic and your own ideas, and then you'll submit that. That'll be graded for just points to check to see if you filled out the sections. Since you are just starting to learn how to teach, I won't worry about pedagogy or good teaching practices or anything like that for this assignment. Fluency. Fluency will be continued in this course. We have 3 chances to pass a fluency test. 25 problems, you have to get 80% or higher. They won't be timed. They'll just be completed just like the any homework assignment or anything like that, and I'll go through and grade each problem there and give you feedback. So that's how fluency is going to work. It's much easier than what it used to be, so you guys are lucky. The final will be cumulative. It's going to be the last day of class. Here are the grading. We have grading breakdown of the weights. Homework, tests, signature assignment, fluency, and the final. And also we have the letter grade breakdowns. So it's all standard. If there's any student, any of you that require accommodations for this course, please send me an email and we can work on those. Counseling, and if you need any counseling during this time, there's some links. Emergencies, if there's anything that prevents us from holding class, I'll email you, but we will be holding class remotely, so it should be okay. And then there's the thing about starfish you can read. So anyway, please let me know. That's the syllabus. If you have any other questions, and I'd be happy to answer them. Welcome to Math 2020, Geometry and Measurement. I'm excited. This is a great course. I love teaching it, and I'm excited to meet with you all.